want to piss off is you. But respectful.
The arena was charged with electricity as the crowd buzzed with anticipation. Moments earlier, the night had taken an unexpected and brutal turn when Bron Breakker, the rising powerhouse of WWE, accompanied by the cunning Paul Heyman, launched a ruthless assault on Jey Uso during the high-stakes main event. But just when it seemed the duo would walk away unchallenged, the tide suddenly turned with a shocking and explosive ambush by none other than Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself. The brutal assault on Jey Uso. It began as a high-octane showdown on the main event stage. Jey Uso, a warrior with an unbreakable spirit and undeniable resilience, stood toe-to-toe with Bron Breakker, a force of nature armed with raw strength and unrelenting aggression. The tension was palpable as both men exchanged thunderous blows, their bodies crashing against the canvas with bone-jarring impact. The crowd roared with every powerful strike, fully invested in the epic battle unfolding before them. Yet, the battle soon turned dark. As Jey tried to rally, Breakker's demeanor shifted from fierce competitor to ruthless predator. Sensing an opportunity, Paul Heyman, ever the master manipulator, stepped forward, whispering venomous words into Breakker's ear. The partnership was clear. Heyman's strategic mind combined with Breakker's overwhelming physicality spelled disaster for Jey. In a sudden and merciless turn, Breakker executed a devastating slam, sending Jey crashing hard onto the mat. The impact echoed throughout the arena, and Jey's face twisted in pain, struggling to regain composure. Heyman's eyes gleamed with satisfaction as he taunted the fallen warrior, his smirk radiating arrogance and control. It was a calculated and brutal assault designed to weaken Jey mentally and physically, a clear message to anyone who dared challenge this alliance. The calm before the storm. The audience, a mix of shock and outrage rippling through their ranks, held their collective breath. As Breakker and Heyman began to retreat, confident that their dominance was unchallenged, the arena's mood shifted palpably. The lighting dimmed, and the opening notes of an all-too-familiar theme song reverberated through the speakers, sending waves of excitement crashing over the crowd. Roman Reigns, the embodiment of authority and power, strode out with commanding presence. Clad in his signature tactical vest, his piercing eyes locked onto Breakker and Heyman with unwavering intensity. Every step he took seemed to shake the very foundation of the arena, his aura radiating a mix of danger and dominance. The crowd erupted in a thunderous ovation, chants of "Roman, Roman," echoing like a battle cry. The shock ambush. A game changer. Without hesitation, Roman lunged forward, his movements swift and decisive. Breakker, caught off guard by the sudden intrusion, barely had time to react before Roman closed the distance between them. The ambush was sudden and brutal. Roman's fist collided with Breakker's jaw with a sickening thud, staggering the powerhouse and sending shockwaves through the arena. Paul Heyman scrambled to intervene, but Roman's eyes blazed with a fierce determination. Ignoring Heyman's frantic gestures, Roman's focus remained locked on Breakker, his will unbreakable. The ensuing fight was a symphony of chaos. Fists flew, bodies collided, and the ring became a battleground where only the strongest would survive. Roman's precision and experience were on full display as he unleashed a series of punishing strikes that left Breakker reeling. The crowd was on its feet, mesmerized by the raw power and emotion pouring from the tribal chief. Heyman, sensing his protege was overwhelmed, desperately called for backup, but Roman was relentless, his grip tightening like a vice around Breakker's fate. The aftermath. Roman's message sent loud and clear. As the dust settled, Roman Reigns stood tall amidst the wreckage of the chaos, his chest heaving with exertion, his gaze scanning the arena like a ruler surveying his kingdom. Breakker lay sprawled on the mat, battered and broken, a stark reminder of Roman's unchallenged supremacy. Heyman, humbled and wary, retreated quickly, knowing that tonight was not theirs. The crowd's reaction was deafening, a mixture of admiration, respect, and awe for the man who had turned the tide with such ferocity. Roman's ambush was more than just a physical confrontation. It was a declaration of dominance, a warning to all challengers that the tribal chief's reign was far from over. Jey Uso, still recovering from the earlier assault, looked on with gratitude and renewed hope. Roman's intervention was not just a rescue, but a reaffirmation of the family bond and loyalty that defined the legacy of the Anoa'i dynasty. The arena pulsed with energy as the tribal chief raised his arms, soaking in the adulation of a crowd united in their allegiance. A night that will be remembered. This explosive encounter between Roman Reigns, Bron Breakker, and Paul Heyman will undoubtedly be etched in WWE history as one of the most intense and dramatic moments of the year. The vicious assault on Jey Uso, followed by Roman's shocking ambush, delivered a roller coaster of emotions, pain, surprise, triumph, that captivated fans and set the stage for a fierce rivalry yet to unfold. As the arena lights dimmed and the crowd began to disperse, the message was unmistakable. In this battleground of champions, power and respect must be earned, and Roman Reigns stands ready to defend his throne with unmatched ferocity. The road ahead promises even greater clashes, but tonight, the tribal chief reminded everyone exactly who rules the ring.